Everyone. My name is Dawn with the Soulful Voices Circle. This is our daily oracle card reading, so welcome and hope that you enjoy the reading today. I thought today that we could ask the question of abundance and what is it that we need to know about abundance. So, and the reason that prompted that, this question was prompted in my head is because I was engaged in a conversation with somebody today over money and, kind of how money flows, etc. And I thought it would be a good idea for us to ask Spirit what it is that we need to know about what is very important to us, abundance, right? So let's see. Today we're going to use the Wisdom of Avalon Oracle deck. And if you would like to close your eyes, take a deep breath. Thank you, Spirit, for coming to us today and enfolding us in your golden light of protection. Thank you for protecting us from any lower energies that might try to come into this reading. We ask that this reading be of the pure divine light and that all that we hear is for the highest good of everyone. With that, I am going to open my eyes and begin the reading. Okay, what is it, Spirit? Invite the spirit of this oracle deck to come forward, and we ask our angels and guides to come forward and help us share in this experience. So, what do we need to know today about abundance? Okay, so here we go. Here's our deck. And let's see. Trust. Trust, that's the card. It is number 47 in the Wisdom of Avalon deck. So let's see what it says about trust. How is trust connected to abundance? 47. Okay. Do you have issues with faith? Do you have expectations of betrayal? Do you trust the mystery? Do you insist on mapping each tiny detail of your life, believing yourself to be the center of the universe? This marker reminds you that trust is required to move forward on your path. Belief and trust in a higher power is about having faith that the outcome will be what it should be, no matter what it is. It is timely for you to place your trust in the divine, in your angels, and in the knowledge that there is a divine plan for all. This marker also asks you to remember that humankind is imperfect, and even if you placed your trust in another, there is potential for this trust to be broken. This means that you need to be discerning and not trust blindly. Be mindful of who and what you place your trust in. Is this person, thing, or situation worthy? In a relationship between you and the mystery, you and the God Goddess, and you and the divine living planet, there is a sacred relationship where trust is never broken. Only you can break it by forgetting who you are, a spirit in temporary human form. Remember who you are. Okay, so let's try to unpack this message because I think it kind of has a few different meanings here. So when we think about abundance, we think about money, right? Well, many people, that's usually the first thing. Security, financial security, and so on. And what attached to that is usually how do we make money? And the question of will I have enough money usually comes up, right? Unless you're very, very wealthy, and then maybe that's not a question for you. But what is important is that when we think about abundance, is that we perhaps begin to look at it in a different way, that abundance comes in many different forms. And the card of trust, the oracle is here to say to us is that we need to trust more that our needs will be met. We need to trust in the divine to know what it is that we need, right? And we don't necessarily have to have it all planned out, all mapped out, right? Let's trust that those things that we need will come to us because we don't understand the plan. And sometimes perhaps we can interfere with the flow of abundance by trying to manipulate and control how that abundance flows, what that abundance is, what that abundance means, right? So let us trust in the divine to provide all that is necessary for us, okay? And it says that this marker also asks you to remember that humankind is imperfect, and even if you place your trust in another, there is potential for this trust to be broken. This means that you need to be discerning and not trust blindly. So when we think about trust with abundance, perhaps what the oracle is trying to say to us is that the divine is what will bring you what you need, and that by trusting in the divine, you will be led down the path that is best for you. And along the way, you are going to come across people or situations that may seem tempting to you, and you may believe that you are going to step into a situation that will create abundance for you. You know, perhaps it's a financial advisor of sorts or something like that, right? But trust that when the signs become clear to you, or if you feel that there's something in a situation that doesn't feel right, trust that the divine will lead you. So don't feel wed to be obligated to a situation because you believe that it's going to bring to you the outcome that you anticipate. Trust that no matter where you're led, whatever paths you go, and when you follow the markers and signs for which path to take, know that if you trust the signs, that you will be led to the place where you are supposed to be. And again, we need to look at what we think about abundance. What do you think about abundance? Abundance can come through money, of course, that's the most obvious. Abundance can come through spiritual growth, right? Like now, perhaps you would perceive your experience here as a source of abundance. I hope you do. Um, it can come in the form of our friendships and our relationships that we have with family, a soulmate, partner, right? And in each of these experiences that we have, where we feel abundance, there's an aspect of us that trusts that this particular situation is good for us. And where is it that that comes from? What is it that nurtures that trust? Is it the person themselves or the situation itself? Or is there a higher power at work watching over you and assuring that this is the particular situation that is intended for you. And if you trust in the divine, if you walk into a situation that you believe is going to bring to you something you've been seeking, if spirit finds that this relationship is not what you believe it to be and needs to re-guide you, trust that if you somehow get pulled out of that situation, or if a financial situation doesn't work out and you're so frustrated, trust that there's a reason why that situation didn't work out. Even if you suffered some loss in the process, right? You have to trust that you will be brought to that experience that is for your highest good. I understand that this message is very hard to understand. It's actually a concept that is difficult to convey because sometimes people don't see the connection between abundance and trust. There is no guarantee, right, that when you go to work today or tomorrow or however it is that you make a living, that what you think is going to bring you back a return is actually going to work, is actually going, right? I mean, you are trusting that process. You are trusting that when you show up at your job, that your job is still there. You are trusting that your paycheck is going to be deposited into your account on Friday. You are trusting that when the company tells you you have health insurance, that health insurance when you go to the doctor is going to be active, right? So everything with regard to trust is connected to abundance somehow. Like in order to experience abundance, you have to trust in something. And the question I raised today is it the actual promise of a boss by a boss who is saying to you, you will have this, this, and this, that creates your abundance? Or is it the force behind that bond that manifests this abundance into existence? I know it's it's really hard to completely grasp this. And I actually, I do these readings on the spot, and I am just sharing with you that which is coming to me through the oracle. So I hope that I have properly expressed to you the message that the oracle brings. With that, there's plenty to think about here, and I am going to allow you the time to absorb what this message means. And if there is reason for us to move forward with a clarification of this card, I am happy to do that. I'm happy to pull another card in clarification of it if anybody has any questions. I wish you all a very happy Friday, and I hope many of you have some um, self-care activities planned for yourself over the next few days. And I'm sending you much love. I will see you tomorrow. Bye bye now.